What's up, everybody? It's me, Feather. Welcome to Feathered Leo Tarot, where it's Leo here all the time. I'm Feather. I'm a success and wellness coach, and I pull tarot cards and we talk about a situation. So let's talk about it. It may or may not resonate. Sometimes my messages can be a little heavy. So I want to say thank you for being here or coming back here. Like it if you like it, share it, subscribe it, and all that fun stuff. Remember to check out the description box. That means clicking the little thing that says more underneath the video. I've got some cool stuff down there for you, and I want you to check out my new my new channel here on YouTube. It's about what I do when I'm not in the studio, what I do on my homestead. So go check it out. Links are in the description. What's up, Lioness, you beautiful thing, you? How are you doing today? Let's drop into the reading screen, shall we? Reading screen, here we are. Oh, let me clean up my mess. My keyboard was in the way. How dare I? I haven't been too much in the studio. I've been working on my gardens and reclaiming my gardens and planting things and growing and extending my crops this year. So my food production, and I'm seeing some changes in some food production, so I'm pretty happy about that. So let's talk about this, Leos. What's going on for my Leos? Okay, you never know what's going to come out. Could be about love, could be about the love of money, could be about a person, place, or thing. So some challenges, making a decision, kind of stuck. And it's been a while. It's been a bit. You're trying to remain patient. So where do I go? Who do I go towards? What do I do here? A little bit of a challenge. You know that you don't want to be treated like an option. That's great. But you're not really sure. So is this a connection that you're working on? Could be a Sagittarius that you're dealing with. Doesn't have to be. But the Archangel Michael is here with the Temperance card saying that I do see a peace about you. It's actually a feeling of peace about you. So are you dating somebody new? Or are you just trying to keep it all together until something comes along? Until you have a choice to make. Okay? We'll see. But the challenge is doing the thing, making the choice, and it's like I've made the choice, but where do I go? Or I've got a choice to make, but I haven't moved towards it yet. So are you talking about relocating? Are you wanting to reconcile with somebody? Are you wanting to share the love with somebody? This could be all kinds of cool stuff. So let's check it out. Moving my cards way over here. I'm off center. It is what it is. Let's talk about it. My keyboard is in the way. All right, let's talk. Imagine all the people. Lioness, you're so funny. Lioness says, love the Imagine shirt. Listen, I'm going to be working outside in the 90-degree weather Fahrenheit after I get done with readings this morning. I got some cool stuff going on. I got a new video dropping on the Homestead Princess, because I am the Homestead Princess. That's my other YouTube channel. I've got a video dropping at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I drop a video. I try to Monday through Friday on there. I reached in my drawer to get ready for outside work today because it's going to be hot. So I wanted something loose and comfortable. This was the biggest shirt that I had. Yeah, because it gets hot. It's like working in a sauna in North Florida in the heat. 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, I needed something big, and this was the biggest one I could find. So I threw it on and was like, all right, at least when the wind blows, I'll feel that. Maybe if the wind blows. Okay. There's nothing happening. So I see here that you've made a decision. You chose yourself in regards to possibly 3 situations. There's three people here. The Page of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Knight of Swords, all in reverse. So have you just been dealing with a real... Leo, you have been dealing with some we're not going to cry. Okay, there's no crying in baseball. You've been dealing with a lot. You've dealt with some pretty negative situations. Let's just put it this way. Immature individuals start up a conversation and then fall off the face of the earth, or they can't keep up conversation. Immaturity level or maturity level is not on base with yours. Dealing with people who are controlling, who are argumentative, who are possibly even abusive. Definitely some liars and some cheaters here, some sums. So what you did was you've made a choice to, you made the choice to choose yourself. You set yourself free. So it looks like you refuse to move forward with anybody. You're not moving forward with anybody just yet. It looks like you're just now choosing yourself. What's up, Chris Cruz? I like that. Just rolls off the tongue. Chris Cruz. Celebrity. I don't know. Celebrity status. You get a lot of attention, Chris. I don't know. It's just what I just feel it. All right. So you are doing your healing, though. Looking at the numerology, you tend to get some attention here, but it's like the wrong attention. Well, maybe you're just dating, or maybe just the people that you've dated have just been not the right fit for you. Okay? So I see that you're being patient through it all. You haven't really opened up to new options or new opportunities just yet. So you're getting there. You're kind of like, all right, well, maybe one day. What you're doing is you're healing from this and preparing yourself slowly to move forward in love. So you may have dealt with some very toxic individuals. Yeah. A lot of times when we keep attracting toxic people or unhealthy dynamics, we ourselves have something going on that's deeper inside of us. It could be limiting beliefs. Nobody will love me. Nobody will ever treat me good. Doubts, fears, worries, concerns, insecurities. This could be toxic people, toxic habits, abusive stuff, whatevs. You are going through you're shedding of a, I don't want to say this because I'm going to be outside in the property in just a little while. And I don't like snakes. The things that slither and, so you're becoming a new person. You've been overwintering. You've been kind of dormant and hanging out underneath the ground, so to say. And your roots are about ready to pop into the sunlight and stretch out. So you are right there on the precipice of moving into a new situation. Congratulations, namaste. You just haven't gotten there yet. You're working on it. So within the next couple weeks I say 3 weeks to 2 months, it looks like you're going to be moving forward in love. Like your heart's strong and ready to move towards love, like something or someone that you can move towards love with, or a connection that will move right here. It will move you. So right now it's just you may have gone, loss of a loved one, loss of a spouse, loss of a loved one, a family member, friend. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they passed on to the other side, but maybe they did. They transitioned. But this is a personal transition away from the type of people that you've been attracting, okay? This was a big decision for you. You don't want to attract those kinds of people anymore. You don't want to talk to them. You don't want to deal with them. You're done. And it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood for sure for my Leos, that you are triumphant. You are overcoming. So good job. Yeah, it ain't easy when you're by yourself trying to overcome heartache and heartbreak. It's not easy when you're trying to overcome grief and sadness from the loss of a loved one, whether they moved away from you or whether or not they transitioned away from you. You're getting there. Okay. Some of you, it may take you a little longer. And I got to say that it may take you a little longer because not everybody is ready at the same time. So if this is your story, it could be, Scorpio season to Sagittarius season of this year, whenever that is when you watch this. Could be Cancer season as well. I do got Sagittarius on the strong, but it's a big decision to make, to fall in love again, or to open up your heart to somebody new, to start talking to somebody new. It's a big decision because of what you've gone through. I would hesitate as well. You're like, do I open the door? Do I start dating? Do I start seeing people? Do I start just... Sometimes we don't even, after dealing with this, when we go out in public, or we don't even want to go out in public, do we? No, we don't. Sometimes we just don't even want to talk to anybody, smile at anybody. We don't want to make eye contact. We just want to go in, get what we need, and leave, go home, and hibernate. I've been there. I've done that. Trust me. This is like, it's time to move. It's time to get it going. Okay? And I love that, yeah, it's taking some time, but it's time well spent on you. Okay? So it's just making this decision on whether or not to communicate with somebody new, whether or not you want to even move forward with somebody new, whether or not you even want to talk to anybody, make eye contact with anybody. I mean, seriously, when you've gone through something like this, let me just tell you, when you've dealt with a very unhealthy situation, when you've been tied to a devil, when you've lived through narcissistic abuse, when you've lived through toxic relationships, abusive relationships of any kind, when you've been neglected, abused, left, cheated on, lied to, what haven't you dealt with? Let's just face it. That's who I'm talking to today. What haven't you dealt with in relationships to the point where you're like, nah, screw this. I'm out. I'm not doing relationships. Yeah, you will. Because why do we go through relationships like that? Because we want love, right? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with wanting love, to be treated well, to be supported, and to share that with somebody. You got a big, beautiful heart. You really, truly believe in love. What's wrong with that? Okay, somebody knocked you off your rocker for a little while. It's time to get back up on that horse, and maybe it's going to be slow moving, but it is still transition and it is still moving. So take your time, be patient. Love is out there. And once you meet that person, you get to choose how fast or how slow that progresses. I mean, that might scare you because of this crap that you've dealt with before. Well, that shit's over. But this is what's underlying that. I don't know about love. Know about it. I don't know. Wait, I don't know. What's up, Joss, baby? How you doing? Chris Cruz says, oh my God, that's me. Yep, I'm talking about you. You put the sunglasses on inside the store so nobody can make eye contact with you. Trust me. I get it. I know. You're like, anything and everything I can deliver to my house and I don't have to see people, good. Trust me. I know that one. All right, you got Capricorn, Sag, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, strong Cancer, strong Sag, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Aries, Leo, Sag. So you've done the things. Yep, there's the King of Cups reversed. You've been emotionally manipulated. Great. Dealt with people who were emotionally abusive. And some of you truly toxic, narcissistic individuals. I am not licensed to diagnose any damn body. I'm not. But you know who you are and you know who you dealt with. No, not everybody who's an asshole is narcissistic. If you have truly been in a narcissistic relationship, it takes so much time to recover. Because not only do you have to untangle the bullshit that they've fed you and the chaos that ensued, you probably dealt with it for years after the relationship was over. If you're lucky, they leave you. If you're lucky, they leave you. The unlucky ones, unfortunately, are tied to those people for decades because of having children with them, or they refuse to divorce you. My heart goes out to y'all. Universe, love these people, because I ain't got enough heart to love them. You can do it and help them through it, because these kinds of situations are not they're not common. A lot of people don't even talk about them once they're done. Even abusive, controlling relationships. They may not even be narcissists. They just might be straight up abusive assholes. Are we perfect? No. But we, earth angels, empaths, people who have big, beautiful hearts tend to attract that kind of crap. Right? We just do. And it ends up breaking us. It breaks our heart. It hurts us. And it gets us to the point where we're about ready to snap and say, no, I'm not. I don't want love anymore. I don't want to be loved. I don't want to love anybody. I don't want to say, no. Listen, I see what you've dealt with. People who were, there was no balance. They didn't balance out the 3D. They didn't help support anything. Emotionally gone. You know, and it takes a lot of time to untangle the thoughts around this. Like, why did they do that to me? Because a lot of times we put that blame on ourselves. It's like, why did they treat me like that? Why did they do that? It takes time to untangle the confusion. You know, how did I not see that? How did I stay in that so long? There's a lot of stuff that goes on, and it takes some of us longer than others. So some of you 2 months, some of you 3 weeks, some of you it could be the next Scorpio season, the next Sagittarius season, possibly even a year from now, for some of you to fully recover from this before you're ready to move before you're ready to open your heart again. I'm just talking to you. We're having coffee. We're hanging out. We're chilling, chatting, and all that shit. And you are so ready for something new. You know, it takes a lot of courage to face whatever this was. This could have been your own ish too. This could have been your own demons, your own toxic patterns, your own unhealthy patterns, your own negative or unhealthy patterns. Fred's wanting to say but doesn't want to say because it's not true for most of you. Your own addictions and such. But some of you may have had sex addiction or something like that, or you may have attracted yourself or been attracted to people because of chemistry and physicality and the sexual nature of the thing, but nothing else worked, you know. So it's about getting learning different ways to love, learning self-love, learning how to love yourself, and learning that love is tempered. Love takes time. Love isn't rushed. Love isn't like, hey, straight up, let's just get jiggy with it and that's it. No, love is tempered and it takes time, and it doesn't have to be rushed. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Chris, for that beautiful, beautiful donation of love. I appreciate you, babe. Yeah, some of y'all just dealt with manipulators and people who were very argumentative. So what happens when we go through these connections, because I've been there, done that. That's why I'm a life coach. In regards to relationships, there's a lot of tarot readers that won't read about relationships. They won't read the twin flame train. They won't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Twin flame train, for a lot of people, and I'm going to have to say this, we get tied into it because we want to romanticize soulmates and twin flames, but that keeps us stuck to really unhealthy people. So when you can detangle, do not label anybody. So what you've done is you've detached yourself from these people and you've said, no more. I'm not dealing with this. I don't want love. I just don't. I just fuck relationships. I don't touch it. No. When you just calm yourself down for a sec and you really think about it, you say to yourself, it doesn't matter if they're a twin flame. It doesn't matter if they're a soulmate, karmic, soulmate, soul flame, purple flame, golden ray. It doesn't fucking matter what the label is. What matters is how they treat me, above and beyond anything else. No matter what, that spiritual bullshit can mess you up sometimes, a lot of times, to tell you the truth. I don't care what the label is. You want to coach with me? You want to get a reading with me? Here it is. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. That spiritual woo-woo BS, it's going to tangle you up and keep you attached to people that are very unhealthy for you. Okay? It's going to keep you in that lack of confidence. It's going to keep you tied to and attached to unhealthy, negative people. People who manipulate you. People who lie to you. People who cheat on you. People who are abusers. Okay? Yeah. And when you can get to that point within yourself, you say, you know what? Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is sweet. Love is sure. Love is secure. Love is supportive. How do they treat me? Now, you got to be making sure you're treating somebody well too, but most of you do. How do they treat me? That's the only question. That's really the question that makes it or breaks it in my book. How do they treat me? Do they show up? No. Do they have any kind of emotionality? Do they treat me well? Do they take care of me? Do they, is there something there? Substance, something? No? Oh, do they ghost me? Do they disappear? What do? They don't even communicate. And if they do communicate, a lot of them just lies. So don't confuse yourself and don't even, especially if you're thinking about possibly going back to somebody like that. Come on now. Not most of you won't. I think you're doing most of your healing right now. Yeah, there you go. A lot of you are just really balancing on you are calling in a twin flame or a soulmate as I start talking about that. So you're not delusional. You're not avoiding it. You are seeing it for what it is. Those connections, some of you may be dealing with them. Some of you have already dealt with them and you're in that energy of, I'm just healing. I really don't want a relationship. But while we're doing that, we're calling in a soulmate. So it's going to take a little while for some of you, whoever this reading is for, because right now it's like your energy, you're in the process of purging this energy or these people or finally healing the remnants. And again, some of you, it's going to take you a little time, a couple weeks, couple months, some of you a little longer, depending on how long you were in those connections. It takes time. Some of you may need therapy or counseling. Please get that. Reach out to 211 in America. There are also a lot of text, chat, and 1-800 numbers that are free if you just need to talk to somebody. Like, I don't even know. Sometimes I just cry all the time, or sometimes I feel totally void of any feeling or whatever. There's people you can reach out and talk to. I use them. I share that information with them. I've used them and I give that information out to people all the time that need somebody to talk to for free. For free. And if they feel like you are really in need of counseling or further care, they will send you to people in your area. And don't be all like, I ain't get the money for counseling or bullshit. The majority of your employers have an employee health plan. Okay, so most of you have health coverage, healthcare coverage, because the government pretty much makes you now. Also, there's employee benefits. Usually, it's like a EAP or something like that. Employee program for like where they want you to be happy and healthy. So some of them offer those things for free, counseling and things like that for free. Contact your HR department. They'll be able to tell you what your benefits are. Check your resources, people. But if you just need somebody to talk to, and there is so many, if you don't have coverage or you're on a budget and all that stuff, they do sliding scale fee. They have sliding scale fee and even Medicaid and Medicare cover those sorts of things. Okay, so don't even bullshit me. I know. If you need to talk to somebody, talk to somebody. Because right now there's a lot of you are just really kind of depressed or just working through this. And it take you a little time. I got to tell you, some of you, this person was an alcoholic, or some of these people, or maybe even yourself, drank a lot. Maybe you met this person when you were drinking a lot, or you met this or some of these people were drinkers, heavy drinkers. I don't know where that came from. But working on self and your own stability and putting plans together, focusing on your children, your home life, your family life, that's a great thing to do. Being responsible for you, your home, your family, your children, whatever it is. Really focusing on your future and, maybe setting up your retirement plans and thinking about your benefits and where you're going to go next or what you're going to do. That's good. And a lot of you may have been married to these people. A lot of you may have spent a lot of time with these people. It's okay to not feel great at some point, but that's going to be changing very soon. All right, it's going to be changing. Miss Colleen, how you doing, beautiful? What's up, eh? So, it's okay. It's okay. We'll get there. I think that you're going to be coming out of this a lot faster, and that confidence is rising a lot quicker than most of you may realize or even anticipate. So it's like, hey, I really don't want a relationship. Yeah, you do. 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 The Ace of Swords says you do. So when we go through these really, just final message to wrap this up. When we go through these really tough, really hard hitting, really tough relationships, we learn a lot about who we are and a lot about what kind of relationships we don't want. So that way we can tell the universe, angels, guardians, guides, helpers, that's not stuff I want to repeat ever again. I'm done with relationships until the next one is better. The next ones will be better, my friends. And they will respect you because you respected you by choosing yourself and pulling yourself away from those kinds of people. So congratulations. When you say enough is enough, I respect myself. I'm a responsible, respectable person, and I'm going to be cherished. That's what you get. But again, it's after a period of reflection and healing. So some of you may have already been going through this. So this new love situation thing is going to be happening. How do I know? Because there's a Knight of Cups here. Again, tells me you're ready for love very soon as you finish up this healing. So some of you a couple weeks, couple months, some of you a little longer, depending on how long, or like if you lost a loved one, how recent this was, you know what I mean? I'm not saying, hey, just pick up, brush off, and move on. No, this is not a situation like that. These are like really tough relationships where you need time to recover from this shit. Like, This is on lockdown. Not that you're a bitch or you're angry. It's just you're on lockdown and you're not letting anybody close to you, because when you've let people close to you like that have hurt you so deeply, it takes a little time to recover. And I see that you're doing it beautifully, by the way. And you do have you do have a little time left on you. Some of you just a couple weeks, some of you longer, but you will be attracting someone that is an emperor status, by the way. They may not be very lovey-dovey, happy, fluffy bunny. You know, they may be like, oh, I love you. They're not an emotional manipulator. Let's just put it that way. They're not a love bomber. They're not going to love bomb you. They are not an emotional manipulator. They're very straightforward and direct, very traditional kind of person. They're not going to be what you're used to. Now, they are very caring. They do have a beautiful heart. They will respect you. They definitely will respect you. Because an emperor and an empress have gone through it. They know, okay? And they don't just they don't dip and dabble with just anybody or anything. They're very selective. Okay, so that's kind of what we're dealing with here is Leo, you're learning how to be more selective in the people that you choose to deal with, okay? So you'll get this, you'll get it. So right now you're just kind of a little defensive and a little protective of yourself because of whatever this is. Them's the words, them's the messages. You're going to be moving forward in love very soon. Just remember, be patient, take time. There's the Ace of Cups, the Chariot, the Knight of Cups. All is well, babies. All is well. Ten of Coins, so a lot of you are just really focusing on your own stability and your finances right now and firming up your future, and there's nothing wrong with that. Making sure your shit's golden attracts somebody that's making sure theirs is too. There you go. So, I hope this helped in some way, shape, or form. Do not doubt that love is out there for you. When the time is right, the universe doesn't ask questions. The universe just provides, right? So, until next time, y'all check out my description box. Like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And I'll see y'all over on my new channel at The Homestead Princess. Links in the description. Until next time, I love y'all. Namaste.